Hello, and welcome to this beginner's guide of learning hypnosis, learning to be a hypnotist. Hypnosis can be learned in a million different ways, and there's no right or wrong when it comes to learning hypnosis. But what I really like to emphasize when it comes to learning hypnosis is that you need to practice. And some things you might need to practice even before you get into any hypnosis theory at all. So this video is going to be relatively light on hypnosis theory. It's going to be an introduction for you to learn how to do hypnosis with real people. And the first little exercises to go from just simply learning to be comfortable speaking to someone, and then eventually getting into doing little experiments and doing a full little session with someone. These little exercises that we'll go through today are my own versions, simplified versions of ones that are in the book Hypnosis for Beginners by Dylan Morgan. It's a great little book if you'd like to read through it. The chapters are really short and they're really focused on practice. They're focused on taking little bits at a time and practicing it, because we are going to be working with people. We're going to be interacting with people, inviting people to do things with us. And so it's very important to practice with people and yourself in some cases. So the first exercise that I would like to suggest is very simply have a friend, sit them down, and tell them a story. It can be a story about your life. It can be a story that you made up. And this will help you practice a few things. It will help you practice talking to someone for an extended period of time, which can actually be quite daunting and intimidating. I know, it might sound weird, and maybe you're not the kind of person, but just get used to it. It's a really, really good exercise. It will also help you make things up on the spot, because that's a thing that sometimes just needs a little bit of oiling, a little bit of training to just make something up on the spot. So I'm practicing learning how to do hypnosis, and as part of practicing that, I would like to just tell you a normal story, just to get used to talking to people for like an extended period of time. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Well, I'll just begin telling a little story then. Once upon a time, there was a tiny little mouse. The tiny little mouse happened to live in an ancient forest. What we'll be doing for exercise number 2 is swapping out the storytelling for an experiment, a little exercise. So grab your friend and simply ask if they would like to be part of an experiment. And if you get a good thumbs up, then you can go ahead. We're going to do a self-suggestion experiment here, which, if that's not obvious what that is, then it will become obvious in a second. We will have our participant and ourselves, because we'll be doing it with them, we'll put our hands out in front of us, and then we will simply say the word close. And think the word close while looking at the space between our fingers. And it takes a little bit of time, but if you just say close, 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 over and over again, you'll be chanting close, close, close over again with each other. And it's really silly. It is really funny. It is really just like a thing that you will be doing. Eventually, you'll find that your hands will close. They'll draw together. And the goal here is to invite someone to do an activity where you explain what the activity is, get consent for doing this activity together, and just do it. Get a little bit of confidence that you can actually use your words to affect someone else in this way. Okay, so as I'm learning hypnosis, I would like to do a little experiment in self-suggestion. Would you like to participate in having your hands closed by self-suggestion?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. All right, well, I would like to have you extend your hands like this, like quite far from each other. And we could, let's point our fingers, like pretend that they're gonna have like some kind of contact, And then we'll simply just say out loud to each other, or to ourselves rather, while thinking it, we'll say the word close. So I'm going to start by just saying close, and you also say close, and we'll have a little fun chant of just saying close to ourselves while looking at the space between our fingers. So close, close,
Close.
close, 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 close. Say it with me. Close, 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 close. My fingers are touching. Close, 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 close. Oh my God, your fingers are touching. Close.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we made it happen. It's a little bit like, I would describe the feeling as an Ouija board, right? A little bit. It's like it just kind of happens. Well, that's cool. Thank you so much for having your hands close. It's a good little experiment. The third exercise I would like you to do is actually about taking all of this that we've done, a little story, a little experiment, and putting it together to be a whole session. And I know that might sound daunting, but let's look at the structure of a simple hypnotic session for a second. You have what's called a pre-talk, which is inviting your friend over to do a thing. Then you have something like an induction, which is where the hypnotist might, like speak a little bit, tell a story, and then snap their... Sometimes it involves snapping their fingers and saying something like sleep, but that's by no means necessary. And then you have a little suggestion or a little play face. You have an awakener where you awaken them. And then you have a little post-talk where you just chat. So we're not far from a simple hypnosis session here. Like, I promise, it's very simple. So our goal with exercise 3 is to invite someone to do a little hypnosis session where we suggest that their body, or in this case, their arms, will feel heavy. And I want to emphasize that by no means is hypnosis about relaxation. Hypnosis is not relaxation. Putting it out there. It's not. Hypnosis is so much more than that. But relaxation is a very, very easy, basically zero technique way to get someone into a hypnotic space together, right? So we're going to engage in a very simple relaxation induction here. I would also like to mention that if your counterpart, your subject, your cooperator is already a very experienced hypnotic subject, you could literally just ask them to go into a trance for you. Go into a nice hypnotic space for you so that you can give them a suggestion of their arms being heavy. It really is that simple. If you're an experienced subject, you can do that. So you can ask them if you just want to practice giving the suggestion. However, there's no foul in just doing a simple, nice, relaxing induction for anyone. So the first part, obviously, is asking, hey, would you like to do a little hypnosis session with me where we make your arms heavy? And if you get an affirmative, a positive response to that, then you can go ahead. You can sit down and prepare your scene. So it's a very simple induction. We'll start by just having our subject sitting down. So just instruct them to sit down comfortably so they don't fall over. We don't want any of that. Then we simply ask them, hey, what do you find really relaxing? Perfect. Great. We've figured out what they find really relaxing. If they're having a bit of trouble, you can be like, maybe it's a movie that you find really relaxing. Maybe it's some music. Maybe you find it really relaxing when there's candles around. Maybe it's being at the beach. Whatever they say, just be like, yes, that's awesome. Just great ways to relax. And then you instruct them to simply close their eyes, and now is the time to think about the thing that makes them relax. And just give them time to do that. Give them time to just think about the thing that makes them relaxed. And if you want to, especially if you're doing this experiment for the third, fourth, fifth time, just like this little session, help them along, say back to them what they found relaxing, like the person who liked being at the beach. Oh, it's so nice being here in the warmth and feeling the waves touching your feet and all these things. Like, try to, play into the hypnotist role a little bit and try to encourage them relaxing, right? And after a little while, you can ask like, hey, are you feeling relaxed? If they say yes, then perfect. Otherwise, maybe they need a little bit more time to relax. And once they're relaxed, we've gotten to the point where we can give them a simple suggestion. So in this case, we wanted to make their arms heavy. So we might say something like, when you relax like this, your arms can be really heavy. Would you like to try and lift them and feel how heavy they are? This is obviously cleverly worded with a little bit of technique to imply that the arms are already heavy, which is great. Once you've given a simple little suggestion, you can change this and, do this with other suggestions, of course, but just having their arms be heavy is a really, really approachable, simple thing that you can do. So now it's time to just gently awaken them. And you can do this by just saying, hey, you can just take your time and just wake up and come back to, a normal state where we can just like chat, and just leave time for that to happen. And after that, you can ask them, hey, how did your arms feel? And it's very likely that they're going to say heavy. It's as simple as that. Hey, would you be down for doing a little hypnosis suggestion where we make your body feel really heavy and a little bit of relaxation? Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Because in that case, what I'd like for you to do is, find comfortable seats. Great. Just want to make sure that you don't fall over if anything were to happen, right? It's kind of not more than that, really. But I would like to ask you, what do you find really relaxing? It can be like a thing or a space or some music or listening to someone's words. It can be anything, really.
Being comfortable.
Being comfortable. That's a really good one. Yeah, being comfortable. All right. In that case, I think that it's a perfect time to just be comfortable, like right now. And I don't know what that means to you, but just have a think of that for a little while for me. And you can just like close your eyes and you can just think about what it feels like to be really comfortable. That's really good. Yeah, just finding a nice, comfortable space. Like I really, really like pillows. I find pillows really comfortable. Pillows are comfortable and they make me relax. Just taking time right now to just let your mind relax and just be comfortable. I can tell you're getting really, really comfortable because you're nice and still. You're relaxed. Does it feel good? Do you feel relaxed?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. In that case, I would love if you would just focus on your arms for a second. Okay? And I'm wondering if you can notice just how heavy they have become from just relaxing. and they become heavier and heavier and heavier. And if you want, you can try lifting them and feeling how heavy they've become. That's really, really good. It's really, really good. And now that you've had your nice relaxing time and you've had your arms be so heavy, I would like for you to just gently awaken and come back. Oh, that's really good. How did your arms feel?
Heavy.
Heavy. Oh my gosh, your arms felt heavy. That's really cool. How heavy did they feel?
I just tried to move them a bit, but I didn't want to, like,
You
go
were
too
just so
hard with it.
relaxed. Uh-huh. But they felt very heavy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really awesome. Thank you for doing this little demo with me.
Thank you. I was daydreaming a little bit when we did that
Yeah.
until you asked me a question, and then I was
Uh-huh.
focused again.
That's really cool. Yeah. See, like just that minimal, like having time and, encouragement to do a thing just can make you daydream like that. That is really, really beautiful. Doing these simple exercises is definitely something that will help you get started in hypnosis. The book I mentioned in the beginning, Hypnosis for Beginners by Dylan Morgan, is a great start to just get comfortable talking. But follow my channel, give this video a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll have a lot more resources for you in the future where you can learn amazing techniques, language patterns, and all sorts of things. So, yeah, thank you for watching.